So I like to think of myself as kind of an enigma. I somehow feel like I'm way too nice to people, and yet I can equally be a snarky bastard. Mostly like 25% snarky bastard. For example, when I talk with my parents, I often try to use way too big of words because I was a dork that studied the dictionary, like read it when I had my free time, and my parents would be like, Jason, smaller words. And I want to just go back to them and say, you guys graduated college, right? You told me this, right? You weren't lying to make me feel good that, you know, I wasn't the first one in the family to go to college and graduate. For the record, no, I was the first one to graduate, not the first one to go to college. So, whew, that's a relief. I also would like to say that I'm also one of the tallest people in my family. Although you might not think it, I'm 6'1.5". And the funny thing is that when I went to Vietnam earlier this year, I kid you not, one of the most funny things I had happen to me was I had a little girl come up to me and say to her mother, "Can I take your picture?" And I'd be like, "Why?" And then I had a friend who actually spoke Vietnamese who was with me, and they were like, they wanted to take the picture because of how tall you were. She's never seen a person this tall before. And I'd be like, wow, this little girl is setting herself up way too low for failure if she thinks I'm the biggest American she's ever going to see. Oh boy. Oh my gosh. So, you know, I'm a sports fan too. I mentioned this the first time I was performing here, and I will fall down these rabbit holes of doing random Google searches. And the thing that I found that I got most invested in recently was random real names of sports players. I'll only share 2 of them because I don't know if anybody will care beyond 2. But there's a hockey goalie, or was a hockey goalie at one point, called Ron Tugnut. And I don't know about you, but I'm just imagining Tugnut's auto parts and repair. Like, that is not a hockey player's name. That is the auto parts repair guy down the road in somewhere in Topeka, Kansas. Like, that's just what that strikes me as. And then the other one, who's actually a kid who is playing college football now, his name is General Booty. General Axel Booty. I wish I was kidding. I looked this up because I was like, okay, he did not pick this name for himself. What brainwave of the parent chose this name for him? Turns out it was his dad. Apparently he always wanted to name a kid General, and he didn't think of the connotations of his last name very well. So to close, I would like to say that I'm not a complete asshole, but I also think that I think I'm actually too friendly because I think I might have a little bit of Canadian in me because I always stand in everybody's way to the point where I have to feel like I get in this odd Canadian standoff that's like the opposite of a Mexican standoff. Instead, it's just 2 people blocking each other from trying to go out of the way and like, after you, after you, after you, after you. I heard that they're really nice in Canada, so I guess maybe I inherited that. I'm just going to leave you guys with that. Thank you all for coming, and enjoy the drinks.